Hello, everyone. This is your girl Kiki. How you guys are doing? I had decided that I wanted to do a whole like mini course on conversion rates. Um, just because I think that that's super duper important in network marketing and also direct sales, to be able to know how to get conversions in your business. All right. So getting customers to convert and or get your potential customers to convert over to actually being your customer or client, and then knowing how to make those clients and or customers happy in your business. All right. So that's why I wanted to dive like straight into conversion rates and then I'll probably will do a mini course on lead generation, but I wanted to go ahead and just do the mini course on conversion rates. So I'm going to be talking pretty much in depth about this particular topic. All right. So I'm going to do chapter one first. All right. And then of course I will make other videos on other chapters. So just be prepared. I'm just warning you now in advance that you're going to be seeing me talk pretty consistently about conversion rates. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Again, if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Kiki. And of course, I am a business coach. So I do help Christian women entrepreneurs um, to be able to be successful in their business. So if you're a network marketer or in direct sales, I pretty much uh, talk to you guys in particular. Also, any woman that's trying to start her own business. So say that, you're not quite sure what you want to do yet. I also help you as well. So yeah, so let me get into it. I just want to kind of introduce myself properly and let you know uh, what what type of business coach am I and who am I helping. All right. So now I'm ready to talk about conversion rates. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to share my screen here because I do have a PowerPoint for you. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. Oh, let me see. Share my sound as well. Optimize video. Okay. All right. So hopefully you see what I see, right? So I'm going to go ahead and make this even fuller here. Let's see. I can do that. All right. Hopefully y'all are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. All right, conversion rates, chapter one. Like I said, I'm going to be consistently talking about conversion rates. So there is going to be different chapters. I'm also going to create that into like on YouTube as a mini course on YouTube. So like a little playlist. So be on the lookout for that on my YouTube channel, which is called Kiki YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe so that way you get notified when I do make content over there. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So I wanted to talk about build genuine relationships. Um, because that's super duper important as far as being able to convert your potential clients or customers into customers, all right? So, or clients, all right? So, just being able to build that genuine relationship, okay? So, remember in network marketing and direct sales, relationships are key. Focus on building genuine connections with your prospects rather than just pushing for sales. Show interest in their needs and how your product or service can solve their problems. Okay, so this is super duper important. All right, you want to build that connection with them. You want to make sure that you are um, being very detailed as to how your product or your service can solve their problems. All right. Because when you start a business, you need to look at it as how is my business going to help someone? Like, how is it going to help them? Because they're not caring if you're saying that I started my business to because I absolutely love it, and that's just something I'm passionate about. That is good if you're passionate about your business. I'm not trying to say, you're not supposed to like what you do. You are. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you need to find the the pain points behind your business, like the purpose behind your business. Like, what is it how can your business help someone else? Like, who is your business for? Like, those are questions that you should be asking, or actually already know, before you even start targeting your audience. You need to know, who is my business for? Like, so for example, I can give is, so if you are in health wellness, if you're in health wellness, you need to figure out, who am I talking to in health wellness? All right. So who am I talking to? So say you sell um, healthy smoothies and healthy shakes. And those are your products that you have in your health wellness company. So you sell shakes, and you sell smoothies, healthy shakes. All right. So what you need to do is, you need to be targeting people that want to lose weight. That's one. And if your shakes and your smoothies are healthy for diet for patients that are in diabetes, and then again, you also got to make that disclaimer that you're not a certified physician in no shape and form. But if your company that you're in, and they're saying that their shakes and their smoothies are good for people that are do have diabetes, it's good for people that's trying to lose weight. If they're saying that, again, they also have disclaimers in place for their protection, and they definitely gonna want their affiliates to do the same. Make sure they, putting those disclaimers out. Making sure that you're letting everyone know that you're not a certified physician. You don't have um, the authority to tell someone what they should do, as far as medical go. Okay, like, you're not a certified medical physician, so you can't give them medical advice. But you can let them know, of course, you um, that you have smoothies and you do have shakes that does help with losing weight. And you, of course, you want to back it up with some stories, saying that, that one client you have, lost 10 pounds drinking this smoothie every day, or drinking the smoothie 10 days consistently. She lost 5 pounds, or she lost 10 pounds, or whatever. And then, not only that, you can actually have the people that are actually saying these things to do a testimonial, a video testimonial, or make a post on their actual social media platform, and then you can screenshot that, you know, saying that, this is my client right here. She lost 15 pounds drinking this smoothie, or drinking the shake that I have, or that you're selling. So just kind of remember that. So, of course, in order to build genuine relationships with someone, you definitely need to know, how does your business help your target audience? Like, how does it help them? So these are things that you should definitely have written down. So that's reminder for you to know, when you do start promoting on all the social media platforms that you have, that you know exactly who you targeting, who you're talking to. Okay, because that's important. If you don't know who you're talking to, then it kind of makes it hard on influencing someone to purchase any product or any service from you. Because if you're just talking to anybody out there, then you're really talking to no one. Right? Because if you don't know in particular who you're talking to, then that makes it hard on selling in the first place, because you don't know who you're talking to. So you got to know exactly, who am I talking to? Who does this help? How does my business help someone? All right, how can it help them? And why are you wanting to do this business? Why are you in this business in the first place? These are important things that you should be asking yourself, like, why am I in this? Why do I like being in this company? Or why do I like doing this particular business? All right. And write down some positive things that you like about it. All right. And once you do that, that kind of helps you to know like how to go about promoting. How can I go about talking about my business? Because if you don't have an ideal of how your business help anybody, it's kind of make it hard on selling it in the first place. Like if you can't explain what your business is and you can't explain how does the products or service help people, then it's going to be hard on selling it or being able to influence someone to purchase from you because you have no idea of the benefits of your product or service. All right. So you need to know the benefits for sure. You need to know why you're passionate about your company or business that you're in. All right. Whether if it's your actual business or if you're an affiliate with a company, either way, you need to know why am I in this particular business? Like what what in this business stood out reason why I chose to be in it? I mean, was it even if you say that, well, my sponsor or my mentor, they messaged me or they reached out to me about this business. That's kind of why I went ahead and and decided to be a part of it. Even if that is true, something that your sponsor said or mentor said that made you decide to take that leap of faith and join. All right. So you got to kind of know what that was. Like, what is something that he or she said that made you to say yes to the business? All right. Made you wanted to go ahead and be a part of it. Those are key things that you need to know before you even go out and posting on social media or even create video content. You need to know exactly why you chose that particular company in the first place or why you chose to be in that particular niche or that particular business in the first place. Hopefully this is making sense, but that will kind of bring a little bit more clarity as far as how you build relationship with your prospects because those are things that you definitely need to know. All right. So moving forward, but I just wanted to kind of like say that. I think that was super duper important to kind of like go over with y'all on. All right, so let's move forward. So remember, building genuine relationships is the cornerstone of success in network marketing and direct sales. Here are some examples and advice on how to foster these important connections. Number one, be authentic and transparent. People can sense when someone is being genuine with them. Share your own experiences and challenges with the product or service you are offering. This authentic authenticity, and y'all, my pronunciation, I should have warned y'all in advance. It's horrible. My pronunciation is horrible, y'all. So authentic, authenticity builds trust and makes you more relatable. So you know what I'm trying to say here. Authentic. All right. So I'm just gonna say authentic because I know how to say that. So just being authentic builds trust and it makes you more relatable. And this is so true, y'all. When you be yourself and you're not being, I don't know, coming off as phony, because sometimes when we start our business, and I am very guilty of this, when you start your business, there is times where you feel like, okay, I've just started. And when your mentors or your leaders tell you that you need to start promoting on platforms, meaning you need to go ahead and make video content like go live or do some reels. If they're telling you to do these things, they're encouraging you to do these things, and you go ahead and do them, but you feel like, okay, I can't really be myself. I gotta be trouble a little bit. It's because, your sponsors and mentors, I've had them to say this to me, like when you start making video, they tell you to sound excited, to smile, to to sound confident. And so when they're telling you to do these things, you think you gotta kind of change your your personality a little bit. Like you think you need to like sound, they say, okay, they told me to sound excited, so I need to sound excited. And you can just overdo it. All right, when you do that, because you're taking so many of your leaders' advice, or you may be taking one person's advice. However, you're taking their advice and you're thinking that you need to step it up a little. Okay, I need to smile, so I'm gonna smile, and then your smile is starting to come off really fake because you're smiling more than you usually do. So when you're taking people's advice, because I have a tendency to do this, when I'm taking people's advice, I feel like, okay, I gotta make it, I gotta make it good. I gotta make it good. So I have to make sure I'm constantly smiling. I gotta make sure that I'm sounding cheerful. And when you do these things, people are like, okay, this sounds fake because this is not something that you normally do, especially if you have gone live previously before, and or when you went and talked about something, not related to your business, but you talked about something that might have went on personally in your life. You wasn't cheerful. You wasn't like, hey there, how you doing today? My name is, you didn't, you did your voice didn't get higher, or you didn't smile consistently like, your smile wasn't just so big that you can barely, I don't know. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. That's not authentic at all. That's not you. So the best way how you can deliver your your business and deliver um your authenticity, I guess you can't say it. This is crazy, y'all. The way that you can deliver on how to be authentic is be you. All right, be you. Of course, yes, smile, but don't over smile. All right, you know how you normally smile. You know how you normally talk to people. Just do that. How do you talk to your friends? Just do that. When you're making video content, just talk like how you would talk to your friends, how you talk to your relatives. Just be you. However you act normally is how you should be doing it on your reels, or your when you going live, or when you, if you do have a YouTube channel, when you're making content on YouTube. All right, these are things that you should just do. You should just be yourself. That is the very best advice I can possibly give, and hopefully you take that to heart. All right, because being authentic is the best way you're going to get people to watch you, to see you, to hear you on whatever it is that you're promoting or talking about. All right. That is how you get people to listen to you. It's being authentic. If they see that you're super duper cheesy and so cheerful, they're seeing that and they're like, what is she on? Or what is he on? Or and they just stop. Like they just flake out. Like I shouldn't even say use the word flake out, but they would just leave. They'll watch you for a little bit. If they feel like this is super duper fake, or if they feel like he or she is not being themselves, they're gonna leave. They're not gonna spend another second listening and watching you. All right. So just be you. It's okay. Just be you. Don't feel like, okay, being myself is not gonna work, because it is. All right. People need to see real people in order to relate. They need you to be you. They need you to show your real self. All right. That's the only way they're going to connect with you. They're not going to connect if you are super duper cheesy, if you acting like you're um just with the smile on your face. They're not. They're just not. Hopefully, hopefully, um this is making sense on what I'm saying. But I'm just really, at the end of the day, I'm just telling you to be you, to be authentic, because that's how people is going to relate to you. That's how your audience is going to relate to you. That's how people is going to start watching you more and more. And that's how you're going to get where people, because people's time spans, and it's very short. Like if you are making long content, that is how, when you very consistent, with making your content, remember, when you're very consistent, that is how you build relationships. When people start watching you, yes, in the very beginning, they probably only gonna watch you for, if I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe for a minute or two, and they are gonna hop off. Don't get offended off of that. It's just what people do. All right. I'm guilty of it, but sometimes there's so many reasons as to why I'm doing it. It really a lot of times has nothing to do with the person themselves. It has everything to do with what's going on around me. And that's the same way with them. There's so much going on in their life, when they're on their phone watching, scrolling through their timeline, and when they decide to click on your live or click on your reel, and when they're watching it, believe me, there's probably a lot of things going on around them. Their kids are running around. If they don't have kids, maybe they have people talking to them. Maybe they're watching TV as they're on their phone, because I've done it. There's so many things there is going on around them. They're multitasking as they're scrolling through their timeline, and it happened to decide to click on you. So whatever the reason is why they didn't watch you or watch that full video, a lot of times it has nothing to really do with you. It has everything to do with what's going on around them. Believe me, it does. But if you're consistent and you consistently showing up on your social media platforms, believe me, there's going to be a good day or good time for them that they're going to go ahead and look at your video, and they are going to be able to watch it the whole 5 minutes or the whole 10 minutes or the whole 30 minutes that you're doing the video for. All right. And if it's, whatever you're saying, it's really, really good, they're going to stay for the full length of the video. All right. And that's how you build relationships, just being consistent, showing up consistently, being yourself, being authentic. Those are ways. And again, posting your testimonials, posting your stories, your customers and clients' stories, posting about the product or service, how it benefited you, how it helped you, how it's helping other people. Just all of that combined is how people is going to connect with you, and they're going to start reaching out to you. That's how that start developing. That's how people start reaching out to you. Otherwise, if you're not consistent, people don't get to know you. They don't get to know your business. They don't know nothing about your business if you're not showing up. But you got to show up first. You got to show up to whatever platform you decide to show up. You don't have to show up to like 5 to 6 platforms. That's crazy and ridiculous. You don't have to do that. But I say choose 3 or 2, at least 2. But 3 is good. If you choose three, 3 good ones that you preferably like, then do that. Show up to 3 platforms. You don't have to show up to all 3, show up to all 3 all in the same day. You can, break it up. You can say Mondays is YouTube, Tuesdays is TikTok, Wednesdays, is Facebook, however you want to do it. But just kind of, categorize on what days you want to show up to these platforms and just do it. All right, just go live. Go ahead and do reels. Go ahead and post. All right. And again, just being yourself is going to like do wonders for your business. All right. Because again, that's how relationships start developing, when you're consistent, when you're showing up, when you're being yourself, when you're um, promoting your business. And again, there's different ways on how you can go about promoting, by posting, by going on your stories, posting on your stories, posting on your, on your actual uh, profile, Facebook profile page, posting, if you did decide to get a business page, post on there, um, and definitely doing video content, like doing reels, going live. Those things is how you're going to get people to see you. That's how you bring awareness to your business. People watch, people see like, oh, she's doing this now. Okay. Or he's doing this. Okay. And then they start watching you. And if you're doing this consistent, they're going to see you more, because people has to see you more in order to for you to build connection. They can't see you one time and that's it, and they don't hear no more about you. That because you have to build trust with people. Okay, not only being authentic. Being authentic is super duper important, but also building like and trust is another important factor. You have to build trust, and if you can't build trust if you're not consistent with promoting your business. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, then people can't build trust with you. They don't, because they don't know you. If you're just doing it once a month, twice a month, 3 times out of a month, that's not building trust with nobody, because they're seeing you whenever. And so when they do see that you post something, they'll go ahead and look at it, but they might not look at it for long, and then maybe they will look at it for long, but when they do, they forget about you, because guess what, those people are also seeing so many other people, and they're technically is building connection with people that is showing up on a consistent basis, rather than someone that's coming up randomly, someone that's just posting randomly, talking about their business randomly. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the person that is showing up consistently. So is that 3 days out of a week? Is that 4 days out of the week? Is that 5 days out of the week? That is based on you, on your choice of preference. But just make sure when you're doing this, be very consistent on doing it. So if some people say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm promoting. I'm on platforms, I'm promoting my business. So if that's a schedule that fits with you, then do it. I mean, it's just really up to you on what days you choose to promote your business. I know some people say Saturday and Sundays are off because that's for my family, and that's fine. So, again, making Monday through Friday being that particular weekdays on when you're promoting your business and talking about your business and scheduling um, uh, phone calls or coaching calls, or just appointments, consultation appointments, however you call it in your business. You choose to do it on Monday through Friday, that's totally up to you. Choose it to do it Monday through Wednesday, that's up to you. I've had people tell me this. I have people tell me um, that they only work their business super duper hard on Monday through Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday they leave that open because it's more geared towards when they want to do events, live events. So if that's something you seem like, okay, I think I like that schedule, I might do that, then that's up to you. That is totally up to you, all right? But you just have to do what works for you. Only you know your schedule. Only you know what's going on in your life. What is some things that you need to make it a priority on what particular day? Like if you have children, all right, I got to make time to spend with my kids. Okay, do that. Don't feel bad that, you tell your customers or clients Fridays is off limits. I don't schedule nothing on a day. That's strictly for my family. Or, if you say Saturdays and Sundays is strictly for family and personal time for myself, that is totally fine. You don't feel bad that you're saying that. But at the same time, make sure that you are allotting enough time for your business, like you're allowing enough time for your business as well. Like you are setting particular days that's just strictly for your business. When you have those days set, make sure you are doing that just for your business and not nothing else. All right. That's what I want to say on that note. And again, making time and setting certain times is important, which I do go over all of that in my paid course, as far as um, the times that you should set for yourself. Um, because again, when you are becoming your own business owner, it's harder in a way. Why? Because when you actually work for someone else, they kind of have your schedule set for you. So you're not setting your own schedule. They're setting your schedule. So when you apply for the job, you're the boss or the manager that you are having an interview with, they're pretty much telling you like, okay, I'm looking for someone from 9 to 5 or 9 to 7. That's I need someone to be at this time. Is that something that you can do? And of course, if you say yes, then guess what? That schedule was set not because you set that schedule, but because that manager set that schedule for you. All right. So just kind of remember that. All right. Remember that when you are applying for any job, the company or manager is setting those times for you. So when you do decide that, you know what, I want to be my own boss, then guess what? Now you are in control as to when you set your own times. And and I'm saying we, because I'm very, very guilty. When we become business owners and we don't think about time, we don't think about, okay, I need to set a time schedule for my business. I need to set like times each day as to when I'm gonna work my business. We don't think that way, but we should. It's important to think that way because if we don't think that way and we don't have a visual as to when we supposed to work our business, that's kind of how we get off task on working our business. And that's how other things come into play because when you're at home, there's so many things and so many distractions in your house. All right. I mean, for one, if you have a phone, the phone is ringing nonstop. You're getting all kinds of phone calls. All right. We may not think to put our phone on do not disturb or just turn the ringer off and put it on vibrate or whatever, or just, just turn it off completely where your phone is on, but you have it where it's ringing, but you're not seeing it or something. We don't think along those lines. We just have everything on. All right. So we're getting all kinds of phone calls. So we're answering those calls, and you're on the phone for maybe hours on end with whoever that called you. Then if you don't have that going on, then you may have where the TV could be a main distraction to you. So whatever is on TV got your attention, you watching it before you knowing it. So then you're hungry. You go up there, cooking something or making something and you're eating, what you do got to make time for eating. But I'm just saying that we have to set a good schedule for ourselves as like our manager would if we did work for someone else. Because when we're working for someone else, they're setting our schedule, they're setting our lunchtime, they're setting these things. So we got to remember that we got to set our own lunch schedule. We got to set the time that we're going to be working our business. So for example, if you're saying from 9, so say that I'm going to start working my business from 9 o'clock to, I don't know, till to 11, 9 to 11. All right. So when 11 o'clock come, that's lunchtime. You set your lunchtime for maybe 30 minutes or an hour. I probably would highly suggest an hour. So from 11 to 12 is your lunch. All right. So 12 o'clock, you back working your business from 12 to 12 to 5 or 12 to 4 is just really up to you. But just setting those boundaries as far as time go is super duper important. Now, say that you're a mom, and you like, okay, I'm a mom, I have to pick my kids up. That's very understandable. Why? Because I'm the same way. I gotta pick my kids up. So if that's you, then of course you're going to have to make wiggle room for that as well. So, so you can say, okay, 9 to 11, you work in your business. 11 to 12 is lunch. Then, um, yeah, 11 to 12 is lunch. So 12 to 2 maybe, because usually you got to pick up your kiddos around 2, sometimes 2:30, sometimes 3 o'clock. If your child is in high school or even in middle school, the time can be a little bit more later than that. It can be 4, 4:30, you know, somewhere in there. Probably the latest is 4:30. But hopefully you get the point. All right. And then, you know, then also I didn't talk about if your child in sports or something, then of course, you know, your child may not, you know, get out of school until 5 or 5:30 if they're in some kind of after school program. All right. So that is something that you have to consider and make on your and add onto your schedule. But however you have to do it, just do it. All right. So if you have to make time to pick up your child, all right, at 2 o'clock or 2:30, then you write that on your schedule. Like, okay, I have to stop. So you have um 12 to 2. You stop at 2 o'clock. All right, especially if you have to pick up your child at 2:30, because you gotta make time to drive to get to your child, depending on the distance, you know, to get to your child. So, you know, usually your child's school is not too far from where you live, usually, but sometimes it is. It just depends on you. But if it does take 30 or 40 minutes to get to your child's school, make time for that. You set that time. Because you know how long it takes you to get to your child. All right. So to get to your child's school. So just make those type of arrangements or time schedule, those time slots, and it will make things a lot easier. All right. So you implement that, pick up my child this time. Then if you want to make time, like if you want to just be completely done for the day, you can. But if you like, no, I want to pick up my kids, come straight home, still work my business, that's totally up to you. That's totally fine. So just write that on there. Just say, okay, so I pick up my child between I'm gonna just say 2 to 3. All right, if your child does get picked up at 2:30 or whatever. So you can put on that, you know, pop back into my business from 3 to 5 or 3 to 4, however you want to do it. But you know, you may want to do 3 to 5. So 3 to 5. All right, back work in my business. Then 5 o'clock, you completely done for the day. Maybe hubby had finally came in. You know, now you want to go ahead and cook for the family. That's something else that, you know, you want to do. So just do that. All right. So that's all I'm saying at the end of the day. Just work your business as if you are working for someone else. When we're working for someone else, they set our schedule. When we start our own business of our own, we don't set any type of schedule. We just kind of say, I'm gonna do my business, but you know, things happen, right? Then I didn't even mention doctor's appointments for yourself or for your kids or for anyone else in your family that you know you they may not have transportation. They may ask you, could you take them? And then you know you go ahead and do those things. I didn't even talk about any of that kind of stuff. But all of that does happen, right? Because it's life, right? So you just got to kind of know how to go about doing things. And of course, treat your business like you would if you were working for someone else. All right. Um, just be mindful of that because we don't think that way. We just think, okay, I'm my own boss means I can just do whatever. I can, you know, work my business at any point of time. And in reality, we technically can't because, you know, by the evening time, we probably what too tired to work our business. Let's just be honest about it, especially if you went and you know, you took your kids to school, then you pick your kids up from school, then you also took care of other things. You cooked, made dinner, made lunch for yourself, whatever. By the time you do all of those things, all those tasks, wash clothes, all of that kind of stuff, you're just bone tired by the end of the day. So around 6 and 7, you don't feel like working any type of business because you're tired. So just keep that in mind on what is the best times to work your business. All right. Morning times is usually best just because um mainly because if you are a mom, your kids are at school unless it's summertime. And summertime is a little different. But even then, you have to kind of just sit your kids down and say, hey, guess what? Mom is now working from home. So I need you to kind of be very quiet. All right. Um, and let mom work her business. All right. Sit with your kids, talk to them, in a way that they will understand, of course. And believe me, they will understand and they will do what you were asking them to do. All right. But it's just a matter of doing that. All right. And again, it is something that you will have to get used to. It's something that your kids will have to get used to. It's something that your spouse will have to get used to. But once everybody is used to it, believe me, it's going to be okay. All right. So just remember that. All right. That's all I wanted to just touch on that too, on time schedules, because, and just time constraints in general. That is super duper important. All right. Because that is actually one of the hardest things in business as being a business owner. That is a struggle on doing, just allowing time for your business, because as business owners, we, again, like I said, we guilty of not really setting time for our business. Like we don't set times as like how our manager would if we applied for a job, and got the job, got hired, and they're telling us our times, they're telling you when your lunch is, they're telling you basically when you go home. So you're just now in control of that on your own. Like you're in control of that. So you will have to be your own boss, meaning that you would have to manage your own self. In order to manage your own self, then you have to think like a boss. All right. And if it might sound crazy, but if you have to kind of get in the mindset as of a manager mindset, like, okay, I'm setting these times. You technically setting those times for yourself, but if you have to kind of think that you're setting it for your employee, then do so. If that's what's going to help you to get your to kind of set like constraints for yourself, like constrictions, um, there's nothing wrong with that. Do it. All right. So if you, like I said, if you have to put your manager hat on and write out times as if you would for your employees, do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just do that. All right. Hopefully that's making sense. All right. Sorry, I didn't want to go, I kind of went a little bit lengthy on that, but I just wanted to talk about that. All right. So number two is listen more than you speak. When engaging with prospects, make it a point to listen actively to their concerns and needs. This is not only shows that you care, but also helps you to understand how best to serve them. So when you are scheduling consultation appointments, or maybe you're on Messenger, you're messaging your prospect or whatever. Remember when you're asking questions, be very like take the time to really listen. Or if you're messaging, then, take the time to read what they're saying to you and take it to heart, meaning that you are keeping all of that in memory on what they're saying to you. If you need to write it down to help you to remember, then do that too. All right. Because we're not perfect, of course. So definitely write it down. All right. But definitely, definitely do more listening than talking. All right. Of course, you do want to talk, but you don't want to overtalk. You want to make sure you're doing more listening. That way, that's how you get to know your prospects more. Like, that's how you get to know what are their concerns. What is something that they're concerned about? Then, if your product or service will serve them, like help them, then guess what? You definitely use that to your advantage. All right. Use that to your advantage. If whatever their concerns is, and if you got the product or the service that can help and benefit them, whatever their problem is, then definitely you want to be listening, because so that way you can say and let them know that, guess what? What if I told you I have a solution for you? I have a solution for whatever their concern or problem is. All right. And just run it by them. Let them know about your service or product that would be able to help them. All right. So just doing those type of things can help again with building relationships with people. All right. Because that's what you want to do. You want to get in the habit of building relationships with people in general. All right. So moving on, I don't want to stay too much on that slide. All right. So provide value beyond your product. Offer advice, insights, or resources that can help your prospects, even if it doesn't directly lead to a sale. This could be in the form of a helpful article, a webinar, or even a personal tip. By providing value first, you establish yourself as a trusted advisor. I'm going to say that one more time. Providing value, you establish yourself as a trusted advisor. All right. So remember that. So don't be in the mindset of, I got to make this sell. I got to make this sell. I got to make this sell. Instead, be in the mindset of, how can I help someone? How can I better serve someone today? How can I address someone's issues today? And again, you know, if it doesn't lead into a sell, don't be offended by that, because reason why I say don't be, because maybe that person didn't really have the money to purchase your product or service, but they're going to remember that you did help them, and they're going to remember how you how you was so attentive to them, and how you were so nice to them, and they're going to remember that. And maybe they may not buy something from you, but maybe they will recommend you to someone else that will purchase something from you. So they may, recommend you to their mom, or recommend you to their to someone that they know closely. All right. And so when someone call you, they may say that um that you um Lucy um, referred me to you. She said how super nice you were, and whatever, you kind of fill in the dots from there, but you kind of get what I'm saying. So just being nice to someone, it can serve you, even if it doesn't get that particular person to actually purchase something from you. If they may recommend or refer you to someone that will actually make that purchase from you. So just remember that. That is the super duper important on just, you know, coming out and just have that mindset of wanting to be helpful, wanting to serve people, wanting to uh, help people with their problems and their concerns. All right. So just remember that. Be in that mindset of wanting to help people, not on, I want to make this money. I want to make this sell. I need to make this sell. I need to make this sell. All right. And to be able to make sales, you have to serve people, you have to help people, you have to um, let people know that your product or service is going to serve and help them, right? So I'm going to move forward. So number 4 is follow up thoughtfully. After initial conversations, follow up with personalized messages that reference specific points from your discussion. This shows that you were paying attention and value the relationship. Just like I was saying when I was telling you to write down what people are saying. So, like if you're talking on the phone with someone, remember to write down what they're saying. Like if you ask them what is some problems they've been having or concerns they've been having, make sure you write those problems and concerns, because when you write these things down, then of course, when you do a follow up with that person, you're going to bring those things up. You're going to, you're going to bring up what that person said in the initial conversation. All right. And your potential customer, client, or prospect, I should say, the prospect, they're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, you remember what I said?" Like they're gonna be so amazed at you, because it shows that you were definitely listening. Like if you let them know, like, "All right, I remember you was saying that you was having problems with rashes breaking out on your arms or whatever. Um, I have the product, well, you could say I have a solution for that. I know this, product here that I do currently sell will help with, X, Y, and Z. If you want to try it. I'd be happy to give you a sample of it. And if you like it, then, you know, you can go ahead and you maybe want to purchase after if, you know, once you try it and if it actually helped you. So things like that can help generate sales in those regards because not only you remembering exactly what the person said, but now you're telling them that you have a sample of the product that maybe that they can use for a week or a day or two or whatever. And if they like it, if it helped whatever problem they were having, then, you know, we can, you know, go ahead and you maybe want to purchase it and I can throw in a discount for, you know, with your purchase or whatever. So that's how you build relationships and connections with people, just by being genuine, being nice, being helpful, being showing that you are listening and that you do care um, with with what with their issues and with their problems. You genuinely care about it. It's not about you trying to make a sell. It's more about you wanting to just build that connection. People will feel that, people will see that, and they will definitely want to be your uh, client or customer. All right, so just remember that. Number 5 is celebrate their success. So if your product or service has helped someone, celebrate their success with them. Share their story with permission. Again, I said with permission, all right, to inspire others. This not only strengthens your relationship with that customer, but also shows prospects the real impact of your offering. All right. So believe me, when you're on social media platforms and when you are posting, believe me, people is not going to actually come out and say, I've been watching you, I've been looking at you. They're not, they're just not, but they really are though. They when you making posts or if you're, you know, making video content about your products or your business, people is watching you. All right, they're looking, they're watching. All right. So when they're watching and looking at you, sometimes the posts that you do is just not enough. Sometimes what you're saying in your videos is just not enough. But when you throw in testimonials about, you know, look at Ebony, she, you know, she used my skincare product. She was dealing with acne or eczema. Look now, she hasn't had any breakouts since she's been using this product here. People going to see that and they read that and they're going to they're going to message you. They're going to start messaging you saying that you know what, I saw your post your about the testimonial about one of your clients or customer. um, I've been having the same issues. Can I purchase the product or can I try the product out? You know, something like that along those lines. But sometimes some people need that push and that nudge, and just by, you know, sharing your stories, sharing the testimonials, kind of nudge that person to go ahead and reach out to you because now they're seeing results. They're seeing now because someone used this product they and they get positive results from it. So sometimes just doing that, it helps big time. Sharing your testimonials sometimes is helpful. But when you start sharing other people's testimonials, that's even the I don't know what word I want to use with that. All right. But that is even more helpful because it shows more credibility from you. It just shows that you are a very credible person. You actually do have clients or customers that does purchase things from you. So it's not just you using the product anymore. It's, hey, look, I have customers here that is actually using my products and they're seeing results. You know, when people see that, they're going to be like, wow, okay, I'm reaching out because, you know, I've had these issues too. I'm just was kind of, you know, I just didn't know if the product was going to help me. I didn't really know if if you were credible enough for me to even reach out to you or not. But once they see that you are, then they are going to reach out to you because again, so many people get burnt on social media platforms. So they're more like declined on wanting to reach out to you just because they have been burnt by other people before, they've been scammed before. So they're not, they're going to be more on the don't trust you side. But once they see that you are a trustworthy person and you and you are a credible, and what's the word? And you are credible, when they see those things, they're going to um, reach out to you with no hesitation. All right. So just kind of want to throw that out there. So just kind of remember that to celebrate the success. So when you have clients and customers reaching out saying, "Wow, thank you. This definitely helped me." And they're saying that, you just want to ask them, with your permission, can you, share your story on social media? Can you, talk about the product? And when you do that, or when they do that, and then you screenshot what they shared or what they said, then that is proof right there. All right, so remember that. And of course, want to tell your client or customer to mention your name when they're posting about the product. You want to make sure your name is definitely being mentioned on the success story or the testimonial, right? So just want to say that too. All right. So number 6 is create a community. Invite your prospects and customers to be a part of a community where they can share experiences, challenges, and success. This fosters a sense of belonging and support, making your network feel more like a family. So you definitely want to build a family um, relationship with your clients and customers. All right. And how you do that is create a community. And how do you create community? You can create groups, like Facebook is the best place to do that at, to be honest. But everyone doesn't have a Facebook, of course, but you can do that on Facebook. You can set up a text, like a SMS, where you text your clients and customers. Um, I don't know, like periodically on different sales or different new products that come out, or just discounts if you're having different discounts. Um, you want to share that on by texting them. You can. I'm trying to think what else you can do. Um, on WhatsApp, some people is like declined on not wanting to use WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is another great way to create a community. If you're trying to do that, you can have your clients and customers to set up a WhatsApp if they don't have one, and just have like a group chat, where you create a community that way as well. That way you can post when you are doing different sales or discounts, or when you have new products, you want your clients and customers to be the first to know. You want to post that, you can. Um, just whatever, you can tell them to share their testimonials on the WhatsApp community group chat. And you can screenshot that and use that as social proof on your other social media platforms. You can do that. It's just different ways on what you can do. All right. And of course, there is other platforms that you can create group communities on as well. Just the free one for sure is definitely going to be Facebook, and then WhatsApp is also free. Telegram is free. I mean, they do have a paid one as well, um, but Telegram, I wouldn't recommend Telegram just because it is more high spams on there than it is on WhatsApp. WhatsApp has it too, but to be honest, I feel like Telegram have more spammers on there than anything. I mean, Telegram, even Discord do. So those are platforms, Discord and Telegram. I wouldn't really highly recommend for you to go on those. Um, then have your clients and customers to go on those, especially because you don't want them to be dealing with spammers. So if anything, I would say do Facebook, create a group, and do that. You can do WhatsApp. Again, there is spammers on there, but it's not, for me, it hasn't been personally, has not been, the rate hasn't been as high on WhatsApp as it has been on other platforms like Telegram and Discord. All right, so I don't recommend those, but you can do WhatsApp. Definitely, I highly recommend Facebook. Instagram does have a I forgot what they call it, but it is like a community thing that you can create on there. But there is requirements that you have to have in order be to be what's the word I'm trying to say, to be um required, or to, I don't know what's the word I'm trying to say. I guess for you to be picked in order to be able to access it. I forgot what it's called, but it is almost like um WhatsApp or whatever. You can create a kind of like a group community, but there's certain requirements on Instagram in order to be able to have access to that. All right. So everyone does not have access to that. So hopefully maybe down the line, everyone will be able to have access to that if they want to use it. But as of right now, it's not like that. You have to have so much, I don't know if it's more followers. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not quite sure what's the requirements to be able to utilize that. But I don't know. But I didn't mention it. But if anyone know more on that, then if you want to use that, if you have the requirements that's allowed, then of course you can utilize that too. Um, but that is really that on that part. But I'm just letting you know that you can create a community for your prospects and customers to be on. So if when you have, again, sales or discounts on products or services, or when you want, you have big news about something, you want your prospects and customers to be the first to know, then of course creating a community would be easy for you, because you have that community where you can just announce it, and now everybody knows, you know, about your big news, or your discounts that you're throwing or having. And of course, um, just it helps with building relationships as well, because again, that is helping your prospects and customers to get to know you more, because if you have those type of communities, you want to definitely start posting on those communities on a regular. You want to probably be active on those communities on a everyday basis, just so that way that does help your prospects and customers to get to know you more. It helps them to build that connection with you. All right. So moving on. So number 7 is be patient and consistent. Building genuine relationship takes time. Be patient and consistent, and consistently show up for your prospects and customers. Your consistent effort in caring for and supporting them will pay off in the long run. So like I was saying, you definitely want to be patient, but the key word is consistent. You got to be consistent. You have to be really consistent in order to build relationships with people. All right. So that means showing up on a regular basis. All right. Showing up for your prospects on a regular basis, showing up for your customers on a regular basis. This is what it's going to help you build relationships. It's going to help you make sales. All right. Just doing those things. All right. Um, why is this important? So by focusing on these strategies, you will be able to build strong, genuine relationships that go beyond the transactional nature of sales, creating a loyal customer base and a thriving network marketing or direct sales business. So it's going to thrive your business when you are building those strong, genuine relationships with people. All right. So that's how it's going to help make your sales a transactional nature. All right. So it's just going to come naturally. Your sales is going to come naturally when you are focusing more on building relationships with people. Your sales is going to happen because it's going to happen naturally. All right. Because people is going to buy from you when they see how caring you are, how nice you are, how authentic you are, how your authority figure, like how you know about the product, like how you know about the service that you are selling. Like when they see all that from you, they're going to want to know, they're going to naturally want to buy from you. All right. So just keep all that in mind. Just know how building relationships with people is how it's very vital in your business. It's very important key factor in order to um, have sales in your business, having people to buy from you. So hopefully you take all I said to heart, all right, on this, all right. If you have questions, I'm gonna stop screen share. If you have questions about anything that I went over, definitely do not hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is keke.educate@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to spell that. So it is KEKE dot educate, EDUCATE, All right, that's my email address if you want to reach out to me. I am my telephone number, on the other hand, it is listed on my website. So of course, I will have my website in the description of this video. You can click on my website, and of course, I do have my telephone number if you want to text me about questions that you could be possibly having, about if you have questions about anything that I went over. Um, or just about my courses, because I do have some paid courses. I have 2 paid courses currently right now. Top YouTube Influencer, I have that one. It's a course. My other course is my You Are Meant for More Academy. I have that course. So those are the 2 courses that I do have floating around right now. And I say floating around, but those are my 2 courses at the moment that will help you thrive in your business. All right, so you definitely want to check those 2 out. You can. I also have a checklist, which I think is going to help any person that's starting their business. Um, it is definitely free, so you definitely want to utilize that. It's a checklist that you can check off when you're hitting each milestone um, of what's listed on the checklist. So I am giving that out to you at no cost. All right. So if you definitely want that, you just have to put your email in, and I will automatically send it to you. All right. So that's how that will work. Other than that, I think that is it. All right. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch everything. This is definitely about conversion rates, and this is chapter 1. All right. And this was just really focused more on teaching you on how to build relationships with your prospects. All right. So I will be having chapter 2 on conversion rates. And so again, you're going to just see me consistently talking about conversion rates because I think it's super duper important. And I will be touching on each of the important things that's going to help your business thrive. All right. So have a blessed day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I love y'all. Bye.